What's up, guys? It is Frankie here. We are coming at you live as we get ready to have a reaction to Eli Manning's retirement press conference. As in about 15 minutes, Eli Manning will sign off for the final time. He'll have his retirement here at Giants Stadium or whatever the heck they do it. And again, he will announce that he is done in the NFL. And very sad day for me as somebody who's watched Eli basically his entire career. Somebody who I've really enjoyed everything. He's his again the great moments. Obviously, the 2 Super Bowls, and then Eli's legacy is very complicated. 500 record, a lot of interceptions, but 2 Super Bowls, and no one can argue it. What is one of 7, 8 quarterbacks ever to win 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, a true legend of the game. Sorry, man. I don't feel sorry for me in terms of the Giants. In terms of Eli, I don't feel sorry for me. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm happy that Daniel Jones is a starter for this team going forward. We'll see what he does next year. I'm not, I'm worried about what he's going to do, how his progression is going to be. But I'm very happy to see Daniel Jones now. He's started going forward. We'll see how he can develop. And for Eli, and oh boy, now we have someone at the door. But for Eli, I'll be very interested to see how he's going to do. Now post-retirement, and I'm very curious about it. Yeah, but yeah, now it's Daniel Jones' team, and now Eli moves out of the way. Eli, of course, his career stats, drafted in 2004, of course, had the controversial thing with the Chargers. Maybe today he'll finally give us an answer as to why he didn't want to start with the Chargers. I hope someone asks that today. I hope someone asks, can you please give us a reason as to why you didn't want to go to the Chargers? I mean, that was, pretty controversial what he did there. He was a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, 4-time Pro Bowler, Bart Starr Award winner. Was that this year? I guess he won the Bart Starr Award this year. All right, that's weird. But 57,000 passing yards, 366 touchdowns, 244 interceptions, a passer rating of 84. Again, not the greatest career of all time, but the 2 rings, and that is what's going to matter there. That's what's going to put him over the top. And understandably so. Again, only very few quarterbacks. I mean, how many quarterbacks have ever been to 2 Super Bowls, let alone win 2? And so, Eli has that, of course, the great win in Super Bowl 42, the great playoff one where they beat Tampa, they go into Dallas, they beat Dallas, they beat Green Bay in overtime, and they beat the Patriots, of course, and the defense helped, but he let them down the field in that final drive. And then Super Bowl 46, beats Atlanta on the wild card, and then beats Green Bay again in the divisional, beats San Francisco in the conference championship game, then goes into Indianapolis, beats New England. Just an absolute legend. So quarterbacks to start 2 Super Bowls. Let's see, there have been. I messed that up there. How many quarterbacks have started a Super Bowl? Because the list there is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there have been 20 quarterbacks that start 2 Super Bowls. Sup, Rob? In terms of quarterbacks that have won 2 Super Bowls, again, it's a small list there. It's Brady, Bradshaw, Montana, Aikman, and then you have Elway. Okay, I thought it was 8. No, it's apparently 10. Brady, Bradshaw, Montana, Aikman, Elway, Staubach, Greasy, Roethlisberger, Starr, Plunkett, Eli, and Peyton. Okay, so one of 12 actually to win multiple Super Bowls. And again, did it with the Giants. Did it twice. There have been only 3 quarterbacks in Giants history to win a Super Bowl. Phil Simms did 1. Jeff Hostetler was the other. Of course, backup for Eli. And then 2 Super Bowls. Backup for Simms. Hostetler was against the Bills. And 2 Super Bowls here. 7 and 11. And again, put him to 4. Put Eli in the conversation as maybe the best Giants quarterback of all time. And again, throw out all the crazy, really average years that he had. 2 Super Bowls and a total legend, true professional on and off the field. Really class, a personified guy, loved by the fans. Well respected by everybody in the league. And so, again, while today is a sad day for the Giants, as Eli will say goodbye here. It's about time. I think we all had a feeling this was going to happen, and now it's time to move on. And Eli Manning started 200 games in a row. That could be just dumb. That could be just dumb front office, but he showed something there and starting well. Yeah, and he earned that. He started 208 games in a row. Again, very healthy. I don't know what the all-time most starting NFL most consecutive games started. I don't know what the list is there, but I'm sure Favre has the record. But Eli was up there. Eli's is tied for 10th of all time And I think are almost all of these guys Hall of Famers. Well, Brett Favre obviously has the record, 297. And he's of course a Hall of Famer. Jim Marshall started 270 in a row. 70 in a row. Is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think it says here. Does it say he's not a Hall of Famer? That's weird. If he's not a Hall of Famer, no, he was not elected. That's weird. Okay. Mick Tinglehoff also. He's a Hall of Famer. He started 240. Bruce Matthews started 229. I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Yes, he is. Philip Rivers started 224 as of now. Boy, we don't know about him. That one's gonna be tough to see if he's a Hall of Famer. Will Shields started 223. He's a Hall of Famer. Alan Page 215. Not a Hall of Famer? No, he's a Hall of Famer. Sorry, I looked at it. Rondé Barber started 215. Not a Hall of Famer yet. I don't know when his against eligibility. I guess he's close. Rondé again started 215. London Fletcher started 215. And then Jim Otto started 210. So most of the guys who started 210 games or more are in the Hall of Fame. Right below up, Derek Brooks started 208, Peyton Manning 208, Gene Upshaw 207. So a lot of Hall of Famers on this list. So will that guarantee Eli a Hall of Fame? Again, I think he's going to get in. I'm pretty certain actually he's going to get in. Whether or not on first ballot will be up to that. I think he'll go first ballot, and I mean, funny that an O-line man is named Shields. I guess that's a pun. Yeah, Will Shields, Kansas City, 93 to 06. I think he was before that though. Yeah, Will Shields was the chief from 93 to 06. Did he start every game of his career? Yeah, never missed a game in 14 seasons. How about that? Was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2015. So we'll see how if they do that for Eli. I'm going forward. So yeah, the press conference is going to be in about 10 minutes here. It's going to be on all the networks. It's going to be on ESPN. It's going to be on a bunch of other stuff. We're going to react to the press conference here. We're going to enjoy and celebrate Eli's career. Again, which was a legendary career, a great career, a fun career. A lot of crazy moments, but a lot of bad moments, but a lot of good moments in between. Again, he ends his career at a winning average of 500. I should take these off now. I don't need them. He ends his career with a winning percentage of 500, which again is just perfect for somebody like him. And yeah, of course, again, drafted number 1 by the Chargers. He didn't want to go to the Chargers, get straight to the Giants. And the rest is history. And we'll see what happens again going forward. We'll see what goes forward here in his future. What he's going to do after this. Is he going to join his brother, do some media stuff? I'm sure there'll be offers. I'm sure there'll be plenty of offers for Eli. But we'll see. Do you think Eli will return in a year to the Browns now? I think this is it. Why would he come back? He's too old now. He wants to end his career as a Giant. That's what he's going to do. So we will we'll see what happens here. But most overrated quarterback ever. I mean, I don't know about that. And 2 rings, man. 2 rings. Most overrated quarterback. I mean, again, he got the 2 rings, beat the Patriots twice. Had a lot of bad. I'm not saying he didn't have a lot of bad moments, but he had a lot of great moments as well. Eli saw Brady twice in the same fashion. Yeah, that should get him in the Hall of Fame alone. Is the fact that he beat Brady in a Super Bowl twice in a row. I feel like that on its own should get you in the Hall of Fame. The fact that Tom Brady could have had 8 Super Bowls, but instead he got 6. I mean, he's still great, but just imagine. Oh boy, just imagine how insufferable. How just unbelievably insufferable Patriots fans would be if Eli hadn't won. If Eli hadn't won those 2 Super Bowls. Just imagine again how insufferable they would be. But yeah, and he did it. And again, two great upsets. Then two fantastic legendary upsets for Eli that got him those 2 rings. How do you feel about Post Malone? Fine rapper, like some of his songs. Good man, I guess. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna show the press conference here in about. I'm not gonna cry. I don't think. There's a chance he cries. I mean, there are odds on whether or not he cries. I think we saw Peyton cry at the press conference, so when he retired. So maybe Eli does. Mike Schmidt is a famous example of somebody who cried during his retirement press conference. I'm interested to see whether or not he's gonna cry, but if there was ever a time to cry, now would be it. Who's the most overrated ever? Sorry, don't put the question mark. Didn't put. Who's the most overrated ever? I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Yeah, it's hard for me to put out there like, who's the most overrated person. I mean, there's a lot of great quarterbacks out there. A lot of not so great, or I don't think I can make a case for like most overrated ever. It's just not who I am. A lot of good players out there. So yeah, I don't think I can do that. But again, so the press conference will be in about 5 minutes here. Again, we're gonna show the reaction. We're gonna react to it here. Again, that'll be at the Giants Stadium. And then also, I should point out, at 3 o'clock today, we'll also have Luis Rojas' press conference as he is introduced as manager of the New York Mets. So 2 press conferences today here in New Jersey. One says goodbye, one says hello. I don't know when I say goodbye, I say hello. That's a good song. So, very excited to watch this. We all expected this would happen. They're showing the Tyree catch, which is probably his major moment. He had the Tyree catch, he had the Manningham catch. Those are his 2 main legendary moments, even though they were both great catches. But they were, he got out of the Tyree, in the Tyree play, he got out of it. Somehow he escaped that. Love your content. Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate you guys. And again, I should point out, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content like this. We'll be back for the Luis Rojas press conference later today. So yeah, got a lot of stuff that we're doing here on this channel, and hope you enjoy all of it. What would Rex think about that? I don't really. I know you like Rex Ranch. I don't really care about the what Rex thinks anymore. I just he's whatever to me. And then Odell catch. Yeah, he did do the Odell catch. That's right. 3 great catches. He was responsible. The Tyree catch, the Manningham catch, and the Odell catch. All 3 of those, he was on the throwing end of it. So we should put that up. Is Eli Manning at the helm of the most legendary catches in NFL history? He might be. He's like 3 of the top 50. 3 of the top 50 Eli's thrown him to. So I guess Brady would probably be more, but again, what a great career. And there were so many times I didn't like Eli, but man, I just had so much respect for him. Showed up every day, consummate professional. And again, it all ends today. So very sad for all of us, but again, what a great career. And we'll see what he does next. Oh, again, I'm sure he's going to mention Peyton. I'm sure he's going to mention his family. I'm sure he'll mention Ernie Accorsi and John Mara and Wellington Mara. Wellington Mara, by the way, was the last pick. The last pick Wellington Mara ever made in his entire life was Eli Manning. So, obviously, he means a lot. I just think Rex is very handsome for the times. Whatever. I don't really care. He's fine on TV. Again, like he exists. He's fine. I just don't really, again, have that much of an interest. But whatever. Boy. Oh, where is this airing? Oh, this is airing. We're doing a live broadcast of it. We're going to show it. It's airing, I believe, on the Giants website. I believe it's airing on ESPN. There's a few other places that are showing it, but we're showing it here because we're going to react to it in real time. So make sure if you're going to watch it in other places, make sure that you're also tuned in here. We will be showing this press conference. Don't worry, we are going to be showing it here. I believe it's airing on. I guess again, I think ESPN's showing it. So. Yeah, we're gonna keep our eye on this, and why not? Again, this is a historic day, and I remember when Peyton retired a few years ago. That was a big deal. It was a sad day. I hope the okay, I think this is gonna be good. So again, it was a very sad day when Peyton retired, and he was emotional. And now we see Eli will do the same thing. I mean, I've watched those guys my entire life, and it's just weird to see it end for them. But 2 legends, 2 guys who will be in the Hall of Fame one day. Peyton will be in a few years. Eli will be there in a few years. And, oh, boy. Just can't believe it's over. But Daniel Jones now. It's up to Daniel Jones. I mean, Daniel Jones, help us now. Help us, Daniel Jones. Your only hope. He's the one. He's the last. He's the one. He's the last Jedi, I guess you could say. He's the one that takes over for Peyton. And we'll see how it goes. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous. He showed some good. He showed some good signs this year. He showed some bad signs. But I think he's fixable. I obviously think he's fixable. All the problems that he has, I think he's fixable. We'll see what Joe Judge does. I wonder if he's going to mention Joe Judge. I guess not. But yeah, I guess he'll mention Coughlin. I don't know if Coughlin's going to be there, but I'm assuming Peyton's family going to be there. I have no idea if Coughlin's going to be there. But it will be a very, very sad day for all Giants fans. Again, as we watch this. Again, I don't think I'm going to cry. I'm sure there will be some people who will be crying at this. I don't think. Like, I get emotional, but I don't usually cry. Like, when I can feel something, but I don't usually, again, like, I can feel something that is amazing. I can feel something that's emotional, but I usually don't, like, break down in tears. It's just not the way I do. So we'll see how it is. So again, we will start off here in about again. It is now 11 o'clock, so they should be airing it here on ESPN. ESPN2 is going to show it. Right now, they're showing the Jarvis Landry dodgeball win yesterday, which was great. I'm sorry, I do not care about that Pro Bowl skills challenge, whatever. You could not get me to care about that. You could not pay me to care about that at all. How do you feel, Jeter? Whatever. He's Derek Jeter. He can do whatever the heck he wants. Boy off the coffee. I actually don't drink coffee. I know that's shocking. I actually don't drink coffee. I know that would surprise you to hear that about me, but no. It's just pure craziness. It's just pure craziness with me. Okay, so again, ESPN2 right now, I guess they're going to cut to it in a few minutes here. ESPN2 right now has a I don't know what it's called. What's it called? A re-air, I guess you can call it. A repeat of Get Up. So yeah, I guess they'll be showing the Eli press conference here in just a second or two. Yep, it's a Sports Center special, Eli Manning's retirement press conference, 15 years, and it ends today. Never, man. Jessica Alba, Bill. Again, Derek Jeter has dated a lot of he's dated a lot of pretty women. So good for him. Good for Derek Jeter. And now he's got Hannah Davis. So he's got a wife now. He's got kids. He's got one kid. I don't know about. I think he has at least one. I don't know about two, but he definitely has one. So good for him. I'm very happy for him. Just kidding. Thanks for streaming. Oh, absolutely. What a list again. Absolutely. He has like a what's it called? He has there's Eli right now. He's got his wife. He's got his 3 kids or 4 kids. He's got, I believe, 4, but I'm not 100% sure. But Scarlett. Yeah, it's all right, Freddie. Thank you. I like joking. But yeah, again, it's like a 27 Yankees list that Jeter has. They'll be showing it here on SportsCenter again. They got Eli's jersey up there. They have the 2 Super Bowls up there. Again, very, very sad. 16 years for the Giants, 2-time Super Bowls, 4 Pro Bowls, which is not that impressive. It's impressive a little bit, but for an all-time legend. Again, that is the thing with Eli. It's a very, a lot of his career is very, what's the word? Again, it's a great career, but there are some things about it that you're like, that could be better. But yeah, so they're showing him now. Again, he will be speaking, and again, when the press conference airs, we will be showing it to you right here on the channel. So don't worry. Again, in a few minutes, we will be showing Eli Manning's press conference. So get ready for that. We'll be showing you the whole thing, broadcast it start to finish, and again, we're very excited about all of it. Don't turn into any of the other streams. This is the only one that will have a press conference and a live reaction to the press conference. So this is the only press conference that you people need to watch. I believe they're showing a video right before. I believe right now they're showing a video. Yes, right now they're showing a video of like his best moments with the Giants, and then so yeah, they're showing like a tribute video. I guess we'll bring into that now. All right. All right. So hold on. I can't believe he's gone. Now it's hitting me. It's like, oh my gosh, he's leaving. I mean, he has to. But at the same time, it's like, oh, like I'm gonna miss him. So yeah, they are showing right now, again, like a little montage video of his best moments, and please give us a reason. Maybe today, give us a reason as to why you why you wanted to leave us. At least give the Charger fans a reason as to why you didn't want to stay there. 42 game-winning drives. They're showing some of his runs. 2-time Super Bowl MVP. 2 great Super Bowls. Beating the Patriots twice. Never thought that could happen, especially beating the 18-0 Patriots. Touchdown to Plaxico. Alright, we're now going to be able to show it here again in just a second.
How you doing, pal? I'm Eli.
So yeah, they are again. They're showing it right now. The Pope just went live. Goodfellas or Casino? Goodfellas. Casino's good, but Goodfellas is an all-timer. First quarterback drafted, first to retire. Eli will be in the Hall of Fame. Yes. I don't know when. I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't know when he'll be. I don't know if it's first ballot. I don't know if it's second ballot, but he will get in, and it'll be well deserved. Again, 2 Super Bowls, an absolute legend. So many great moments. Gosh, I love this guy.
NFL Walter Payton
Man of the Year to Eli Manning. He won it a few years ago. Again, a great individual in every sense of the word. And again, we will be showing you, as soon as this video montage is over, we will be showing you the entirety of the Eli Manning press conference, and we will see if there will be tears shed for Eli. But again, the second Super Bowl was amazing. The catch to Manningham. The Manningham catch. Then Ahmad Bradshaw ran it in, fell on his backside. That was fantastic. All right, man. Again, they're showing all the great catches, all the great moments. The Odell catch, they did show that. 222 consecutive starts. Ruined. Thanks, Ben McAdoo. That could have been one of the great streaks of all time, and then McAdoo had to ruin it. All right, they're nearing the end here, so here we go. Here it is. Here's the press conference. Here we go. John Mara speaks about Eli Manning.
Good morning, and thank you for being here. This is certainly a day of very mixed emotions for us. It's sad in one sense because we're seeing the end of an incredible playing career and saying goodbye to someone who has been everything you could ask a player to be, both on and off the field, for the last 16 years. Yet we're also very happy because we get to be here to celebrate that incredible career. And we're also able to witness one of the greatest players in franchise history be able to leave the game on his own terms, having played his whole career as a Giant, something that doesn't always happen in this business. And if anybody deserved that opportunity, it's Eli Manning. For the last 16 years, Eli has meant so much to all of us here at the Giants and also to our fans. We all know about the 2 Super Bowl MVPs and all of the great performances on the field, but just as important was the way he conducted himself on and off the field as the consummate professional, always with dignity, always with class. We all have so many memories of Eli, and I just want to quickly mention 2 of mine. I certainly remember the days leading up to the 2004 NFL Draft when I was constantly in and out of Ernie Accorsi's office or on the phone with him, hoping we could pull off that trade with San Diego. And what a trade it turned out to be, probably the best trade in franchise history. Eli became the face of the franchise, a Super Bowl MVP, and as fine a representative as this team has ever had. Ernie, who's here today, I just want to thank you for having the foresight, the patience, and the guts to pull off that trade and help build those Super Bowl teams. I also remember the last game of the 2004 season, Eli's rookie year, when he took us down the field at the end of the game in the closing seconds to beat Dallas. It was the last game my father ever saw.
Oh, dear. Oh.
And I can remember walking to the locker room with him afterwards and him saying to me, I think we found our guy.
Oh, boy.
And how right
I'm
he
losing
was.
it now.
I want to acknowledge a number of Eli's past and present teammates, a lot of whom are here today, all of whom played a huge part in his career. I can't mention all of you because I know I'll forget somebody, but thank you for being here. And Tom Coughlin, our great coach, who led us to those 2 Super Bowls and who was so instrumental in Eli's success. I also want to acknowledge my partner, Steve Tisch, who wanted desperately to be here today, but is under the weather and was unable to fly. Fortunately, Lori Tisch is here today to represent the Tisch family. Eli, Steve did tell me that he has some movie roles in store for you. You obviously made an impression on him with your fine acting in all those commercials that you did. He specifically mentioned, by the way, co-starring in Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. So I guess I missed Equalizer 1 and 2, but I'm sure going to catch number 3 if you're in it. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Olivia and Archie Manning for raising such an outstanding son, and to Abby, for being so supportive of Eli for all these years. We would not be standing here today celebrating his great career if not for everything you guys did. And finally, Eli, what more can I say? Thank you for everything you've done for the New York Giants for the last 16 years, for being such a role model for our players, for our fans, and for everything you've done in the community. We have this game ball to present to you, which attempts to list all of your accomplishments. I'm not sure we got them all in there, but you will always be the ultimate Giant, and we would be honored to induct you into our Ring of Honor next season. And please know this, no Giant will ever wear number 10 again.
Oh boy. Mara almost got to me. Alright. Let's see, Eli. Don't cry. Don't make me cry now.
Good morning, and thanks for coming.
Uh-oh.
This sport has very few real farewells. But as the clock ran down on our win against the Dolphins this season, I ran to my favorite place in the stadium, the tunnel. I waved to our loyal fans, and then Abby, my kids, ran out
it's getting me now.
That was my farewell, and a moment I'll cherish forever. There won't be any more tunnel moments for me, and I'll truly miss them. I'll miss standing in the shadows, staring out into the field before a game, surrounded by my teammates, and knowing all the hard work we put in. I'll miss hearing the first roar of the crowd, triggering the knowledge that we had been given one more opportunity to go win a football game. It's impossible to explain the satisfaction, actually the joy I've experienced being a Giant. From the very first moment, I did it my way.
Yes, you
I
truly
couldn't be
did.
someone other than who I am. Undoubtedly, I would have made the fans, the media, even the front office more comfortable if I was a more rah-rah guy. But that's not me. Ultimately, I choose to believe that my teammates and the fans learned to appreciate that. They knew what they got was pure, unadulterated Eli. I don't have any regrets, and I won't look in the rearview mirror. Would we have liked to win more games or championships? Of course we would have. There were tough times that I learned and grew from, but I always knew the level of effort and sacrifice that my teammates and coaches made. We did all we could do every week. I choose to leave this game with only positive memories. Why harp on the not-so-proud moments? Where's the value in that? If there are going to be endless echoes, choose the good ones. For now, I'll focus on the touchdowns, the wins, celebrations with teammates, family, and friends, and sharing a cold beer in the back of a bus after a big game. I'll remember the OTAs and training camps. I'll remember the special people that make this organization what it is. During the past 16 years, many of the faces have not changed. From the film people, the equipment managers, the community relations department, and those in the cafeteria and the training room. Each of them have become like family to me. I've watched as they've gotten married and I've seen their kids grow. I'll miss the people and I'll miss the life experiences that we've shared. I'll remember conversations with coaches, game planning, and meeting rooms. Those are unique memories that I treasure, and ones I'll relive with teammates for decades from now. When you win championships, you have a special, unbreakable bond with teammates. When you see them, you give them a hug and you hold it just a little bit longer because of that unique connection with those special people. Many became friends that will last a lifetime. I was excited to come to New York. When I make a decision, I'm determined to make it work. Abby and I became active members in our community, whether as parent volunteers for our kids' sports teams or supporters of local charities like Tackle Kids Cancer, March of Dimes, and Guiding Eyes for the Blind. I don't have a single regret, and ultimately, I think that it worked out for you and for me. We supported our community in the past, today, And since we're going to be sticking around here, we'll continue to support this community in the future. It's rare to have the privilege of playing an entire career with one organization. I'm proud to be one of the few, but even more so that it was as a Giant. There are a few people that I want to thank. Of course, the mayor and the Tisch family. You can be confident that no one has loved and appreciated wearing the Giants uniform more than I have, and that will never change.
Oh boy, he's losing it now.
To Ernie Accorsi. 16 years ago, Ernie made the trade that made me a Giant for life. Thank you so much. To Coach Tom Coughlin. Thanks for teaching me the work ethic, the discipline, and the value of team above all else mentality.
Discipline, especially.
To Coach Kevin Gilbride, thanks for always having my back and trusting and supporting me through my entire career. And of course, to all my teammates. If I named them all, it would take forever and no one would recognize me if I did. What I will say is that the best thing about playing all these years is the number of teammates that I can call real friends. And of all those friends, I'm lucky enough to have a few that have become as close as brothers. And of course, my family. I don't think I need to make public comments for my family to know how I think about them. But Abby, and to Ava, and Lucy, and Caroline, and Charlie, you are my rock. And to the Giants fans, you are definitely unique.
Yeah.
But I love you for that. I'm walking away today feeling like a New Yorker. Well, at least a Northeasterner. And that says a lot about a guy from New Orleans who went to Ole Miss. Since I've only been here, I'm biased when I say that the New York Giants are the greatest organization in the NFL in how they treat players, coaches, and personnel. The team's driving commitment to win football games. It's a rarity, but here, team always comes first. It's been an honor to be a part of this family, and I hope that I've represented the organization in the way that you wanted me to from my first day to my last. For most of my life, people have called me easy. Believe me, there is nothing easy about today. Wellington Mara always said, once a Giant, always a Giant. For me, it's only a Giant. Thank you so much.
Love you, Eli. Is that it? Is that it? No press conference? Okay. Or no questions? I want to see if there's going to be a press...
You're just joining.
Oh yeah, it looks like there will not be a. It looks like there won't be looks like there will not be any questions answered or taken, which is fine. Yeah, maybe they will be, but maybe it would be just something else. Overall,
The NFL.
all right. So now Eli's taking photos. It looks like Eli's gonna take some photos. So yeah, that was a good one. Again, I love Eli, always will in that press conference. Talking about, of course, he did it his way. He really, really did it his way. He was unique. He was one of a kind. And I see. I guess is that his mom coming up or not? It's either his mom or his wife. So yeah, it's he's taking photos right now with John Mara. Again, special is unique. Again, thank God, Ernie, of course, he made that trade. He's taking a photo now with his jersey. Farewell, Eli, the deputy put up his rifle. Absolutely, that's about the best way to put it. And there's Tom. Coach Coughlin is up here. Is that and Ernie Accorsi? So yeah, now Eli's taking photos with the guys he knew the longest. Ernie Accorsi, general manager, head coach Tom Coughlin. It's great to see them here. But yeah, it's wonderful to see them. Two absolute legends. Again, with what they did here with the Giants. Again, the way they built this team. I mean, there'll never be a general manager for the Giants better than Georgiana, I don't think. But Ernie, of course, he's right up there. So yeah, he's just taking photos right now. It looks like that's what it's only going to be. Now he's got his wife and kids up there. Is Archie there? I'll take Roma on a meaningless fun game. We all know he's a choke artist. I'll take Eli over Roma on a clutch game. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. in a clutch moment, give me Eli. But yes, he's got 4 kids. Pretty nice, pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just soaking it all in. It's sad that again today's the end, and now there's his mom. Oh, okay. I guess that was Steve. I guess that was Mara's wife. And so yeah, now Eli's there with his mom and his dad. Where's Peyton? Peyton's not there. It looks like Peyton's not here. Where's Peyton? Peyton couldn't be here today. Yeah, mom and dad were there. Archie and yeah, I don't know the mom's name, but and now Eli looks like he's heading off the stage. So or is his teammates coming up there now? Again, he looks really happy. He didn't cry. Came close a couple times, but now Eli's got. Does he have a bunch of teammates up there? Yeah, it looks like he's got a bunch of his teammates. Strahan gonna be here? I don't know. I don't know who these guys are, but again, it looks like just a bunch of teammates that he has. Some of them I recognize, some of them I don't think I do. I recognize Strahan. Again, a lot of Giants staffers, and again some players there. Current guys, past guys. Again, very emotional time for the Giants. Again, a well-respected, well-loved player, and for him to he deserves to send off again 2 Super Bowls, 16 great, at least 2 great seasons, and 14 seasons that were either good or average or bad. But overall, again, the rings. It's what matters are the rings. 2 Super Bowl championships, and again, the only Giants quarterback to ever do it. Great guy, but yeah, there's Strahan. Great guy, great player. And for him to do that, again, he's been there my entire life, and to see him, this is how it all ends. And it's a good run. It's a good run that it ended like this. He gets the guy on his own terms. I saw Amari Toomer Amari Toomer. Okay, I got it. Bye. Good to see you, Rob. So yeah, Amari Toomer's there. I don't recognize all the athletes. Do you think Daniel Jones can be here today? Do you think Daniel Jones should be there and like do the passing of the torch? But looks good. Bye, good guy. All right, GG as well. Yeah, it's just I'm trying again. I didn't cry here, but again, it was just sad seeing all the memories I have again. And really, we're gonna remember the 2 playoff wins, the 2 Super Bowl wins that got us into this moment. Again, 2 Super Bowl championships for him that were really just monumental, and again showed his greatness. Again, those 2 upsets against New England, somehow pulling those off. How great he were on those 2 final drives that got him the wins. Now it looks like everybody's leaving the stage now. I don't know what else he's gonna do. But yeah, again, so there was no press conference. So there were no like questions, which again I guess I was a little surprised at. I thought they were gonna do like a question and answers, but I guess there weren't really any questions. It was just like, all right, he's done, and he moves on. No Peyton again, which I don't know. I know they're close, so that like I don't know where Peyton is today. Did Peyton have anything better? Was Peyton like opening up a Papa John's? Like what was Peyton doing today? That was more important than this. Peyton wasn't ready to retire. You can tell in his press conference. Eli's was like, "All right, I'm ready to go." I can't find Peyton's press conference. Oh wait.
Retire now instead of
all right,
pursue
yeah, there it is.
opportunities.
Here's his retirement press conference.
You felt like you had something left to give.
Well, I think it was important to me to go out as a Giant, and I think when you get drafted and you come to an organization, I think that's always your goal to stay with one organization your entire career. As you get towards the end of it, it doesn't always work out that way, and you still have desires to play sometime. But I think it was important. The fans, this organization, this family with the Giants has been so remarkable. I think it was the right thing to to call it a career and to end it instead of trying to uproot my family and leave and try somewhere else. This was the right decision, and I know it is, and I'm at peace with it. I think that's what has made this day a little bit easier.
Eli, congratulations. Over here. Just want to see, how much pride did you take in your durability? Obviously, never missing a start. And was there any game that it was close that you might have missed?
There were a couple games where it was close. It was, didn't practice most of the week. Maybe went out on a Friday for the first time. But, I think it's more, I think what it was a lot about just trying to be there for your teammates. And you always saw guys playing through injuries. You saw offensive linemen, guys that were sore, that were beat up, running backs that were sore every week, but they did what they could, to be there for their teammates, for their ownership, their coaches, and so that's really what it was more about. I didn't want to let them down. I didn't want them to know they were working and doing everything, and so I knew I'd always, hey, if I had to be in the training room all day, get with Ronnie Barnes and get with with the training staff and make them, hey, whatever it took to get healthy, I was going to do it. And if I felt that I could play and play well enough to win a football game, then I wanted to be out there. And so that was always the mindset, to do everything possible to be out there for my team.
Hi, Eli. You're obviously going to have a lot of time on your hands. I'm curious what you see yourself doing a year from now, what you see yourself doing 5 years from now.
I don't know. I think these last few weeks as I made this decision, I really didn't think much about going forward. I think a lot of my time was spent just reflecting on these past 16 years. I talked to a lot of coaches, a lot of former teammates. We had a lot of laughs, a few cries, just about the great moments. And so I think my focus has been on that. I look forward to a little downtime. I look forward to spending time with my family, coaching Ava's third grade basketball team, assistant coach. And just being involved with my kids and Abby, and getting to do some things that that I've missed out on.
Coach. We'll see.
Because of this job and occupation and the dedication I gave to it. So I think I'm going to take some time and just enjoy it, and then figure out what my next steps are.
Eli, thanks for the class and elegance over the years.
Thanks, Bruce.
Do you think you got closure from that last victory, and did it make the decision easier because that game ended up the way it was, beautifully, with the victory at home and everything in the tunnel?
Yeah, as I talked about, that was a special game, and just because this sport's, it's different. It's different than a lot of other sports where you kind of have a farewell tour. In baseball or basketball, when you kind of know you're going to retire that season. This year, you don't know what's going to happen, but I think the fact that my contract was up and this was maybe going to be my last start, and to get a win in your home stadium, and to have the crowd and kind of that recognition, I think there was kind of as I said, my farewell, and I think it does help give you a little bit closure and kind of have one last great positive memory that you can kind of remember your last game that you played was a win at home, and the emotions that surrounded that. So I think it did help make this process easier.
Eli, congrats on all your success. John Mara had said that he would welcome you into the organization in some capacity. Have you given any thought to taking on a role within the Giants at some time in the future? Is that something that you would be interested in later on?
Yeah, I think it would definitely be something I'd be interested in. So I just got to, I have to discuss that and talk to Mr. Mayor and see in what ways, and I got to think about in what way. I think again, I'll take some time and just figure out how I want to spend these next years. But this organization, as I said, so many close friends within the organization, and not just the former teammates, but people in all departments of the organization that have, the faces, they don't change. People don't leave here because of all the wonderful people and the way the organization is run, and they take care of the people here. And so, you do have so many great people that I'd love to be around and be around the people that I call my friends.
what was the last year like for you being a backup for the first time and then spending as much time as you do with Daniel? What do you think the future holds for him as the Giants quarterback?
Yeah, I think there's a bright future, and I think there's obviously I try to think of the positive moments and the great memories, and I have a lot of them. I have a lot of fond memories of being in the meeting rooms and being with the coaches and being around Daniel and Alex Taney in the quarterback room. We had lots of laughs. We had lots of work, great work that we did. So I know Daniel. I appreciate a lot of things about him, and the fact that he loves the game of football. He is passionate about it. He works extremely hard, and so you appreciate those things. If that weren't the case, it might have been harder to kind of go through this situation. But you see the way he conducts himself, and I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, and so do the Giants.
Hi, right here. When you look behind you, there's two huge banners with Lombardi trophies. There's Lombardi trophies right next to you. When you look at those, your teammates always talked about your ability to stay calm in the craziest times, and the word often used is clutch. What does clutch mean to you, and why were you able to be that?
I always thought, in those moments in a 2-minute drive or a situation, I think you kind of, there's people have different reactions to certain things, and some people when they get in that moment, they're scared they might make a mistake or worried about the bad things that could happen and what those outcomes would be and how that might affect them. Where when I get in that situation, I only think about how awesome it's going to be when we go down the field and score this touchdown. And that's the mindset, and that's what you work towards, and you game plan. It's not what are the problems, it's what are the plays that are going to work, and what are the plays that are going to be successful. And you have those, and you work them, and you plan for those. And so I think it's the mindset. I think that's contagious around your teammates when they sense that and they feel that, and they you have new guys that might be in that scenario, but I've been in it before. We've had fourth quarter wins, and so I think they trust in me, and so it's the team coming together and being confident in those scenarios. That they can go out there and everybody can raise their level of play just a little bit more, and so you get that opportunity to go win that game.
Eli, congratulations. You talked earlier about how you wanted to do it your way, and that eventually you believed everyone would come around and appreciate that. Did you always believe that right from the start of your career, or was it at all difficult in the early years?
There's definitely difficult times in the early years. You're struggling as a player sometimes, and you're not winning as many games, and you're dealing with the New York media, and they're harping on you about different things, and so I think that's the time when you kind of test it, and you just say, I have to stay true and know that the hard work, the dedication, the commitment, you rely on your values and know that they'll get you through those times. And so when you do that, and you see the progress and you see little steps of getting better and improvement, it verifies it so you can stay that course. And I think once if you try to become, just because you're maybe struggling, or you've had even the good times, or even the bad times or the good times, if you start changing your ways and start having the outside world affect the way you conduct yourself, the way you act around your friends or your family or teammates, I just don't see there being any positives in that. I'm naturally a quiet guy, but I work hard, and I try to earn the respect from my teammates through my dedication and my hard work. If I tried to be a rah-rah or yelling at people, or it wouldn't be natural. It would be awkward. It would be fake, and that would be sniffed out and come back to haunt me, I think.
Eli, congratulations. You handled the challenge of going to Ole Miss, handling the challenge of being a Manning, and ignoring the trappings of New York. Where did that intestinal fortitude come from?
I think I just, I try to look at the big picture of things, and I try to, get a sense of a place where I'm going to be happy and where it feels right. There's people, that I meet within the organization. Obviously, when I went to Ole Miss, David Cutcliffe was the head coach, and that's someone I trusted and someone I appreciated and someone I knew. And I know that, working with him, he was going to make me a better football player, and that's why I was going to Ole Miss, to be a better football player. When I was interviewing with the Giants, I met with Mr. Mayor and Tom Coughlin and the whole Giants organization, and I saw their commitment to football. I saw their commitment and just a storied franchise that's what they cared about. They cared about winning games and just putting a great team out there each and every year. And I appreciated that desire, that same commitment. I know I had that same desire about football and would fit well in this organization. And so that's why we made it work and why I wanted to come here.
Eli, congratulations. Another New York sports icon went into the Hall of Fame this week, Derek Jeter. I'm wondering what you learned from him about handling this market, and also second part would be, what would it mean for you to go into your sports Hall of Fame?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out which one of y'all didn't vote for him. There's only one of you, so I know you're probably in here. Derek was great. He called me my rookie year when we were starting, lost a few games, and he just talked to me about that it would get easier, and just stay the course and be yourself and just keep working, and things do improve. And so we've had a good relationship over the years, and seen him at several things and stayed in touch somewhat. So after that, it was someone who I watched closely on how he conducted himself, how he dealt with the media, how he dealt with fans, how he worked hard, how he stayed humble in all circumstances. After so many championships that he's winning, he was on top of the world. But so I took a lot of notes from how he handled New York, and so he's been a great role model for me all these years. And so, and your second question, that's not a concern. I'm my focus now is just reliving the great moments and the great memories with my teammates and my family, and let everything else work out from there.
Eli, congratulations on a successful career, and thank you for all the memories. I would just want to know, what would be your message to future generations of Giant players?
I think my message to all the Giants players is that you're coming to a wonderful organization that truly cares about your well-being, about you. And if you they're committed to doing whatever it takes to put a winning team out there in the field and to bring championships here. And if you can have that same commitment and that same dedication to this organization that they have to you, great things will get accomplished.
Eli, thanks for everything. If you did not have that game against the Dolphins that Sunday, how different do you think the process would have been leading up to today?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to have hypothetical questions and know how it changes. So I'm happy it happened, and I guess I won't try to look back and see how things would have been different if it hadn't.
Eli, hi, in the back, hi. Tom Brady tweeted just a little while ago wishing you the best in retirement and congratulating you on a great career. He said, "Not going to lie though, I wish you hadn't won any Super Bowls." Those two moments, of course, will live forever. What, I guess, do you take from perhaps the head-to-head against Tom Brady, but also delivering what a lot of people thought were unlikely championships those 2 years?
Yeah, I think I've been around Tom a number of times, and see how competitive he is, and we joke around it a little bit, but I think it's not real funny to him, and so those are obviously great. When you think about the great moments in your career, those are going to be at the top of the list when you win championships, and both of them 2-minute drives to go down there and win it, and won against an undefeated team that had lost all year, and so I think those are special. But it's not, I think everybody wants to make it, me versus Tom Brady. It's the Giants versus the Patriots. Our defense has played outstanding. Guys made plays. David Tyree, Mario Manningham, Plaxico Burress in the corner of the end zone. So just you like I said, you just cherish those moments. You cherish those relationships that you have with those teammates and coaches when you win those games, and those are that's obviously why you play for. You play for the opportunity to win a championship. You realize how hard it is, how difficult, and all the breaks you have to that have to go your way, and that you got to overcome to get to those scenarios. And so those are special ones that fortunately you get to kind of relive those moments through your friends.
All right. Is that it?
Eli, first of all, congratulations. Obviously, this was a tough decision. What was the best advice that you were given, and who gave it to you?
About this decision?
Correct, yes.
I talked to a lot of people. I talked, Peyton. I relied on Peyton a lot just because obviously the similarities and going through a career and trying to decide, how it ended. I talked to him a lot about, when he changed franchises from the Colts to Denver and how that affected him. And it was a little different scenario, but just wanted to talk to him a lot about that. I talked to coaches and teammates and just trying to get their ideas, guys who had left organizations and learned a couple things and from the guys who played here at the Giants and when happened to leave and go other places. They all said the kind of same thing. It's not the same other places. It's different, and then I think it was just a lot of people said, hey, sit on it, think of it, don't rush into any decisions. I might have rushed it a little bit just because I knew it was the right thing to do. I know 100%. I'm not going to regret this. When I make a decision, I commit to it and make it the right decision. And this is it. This is the right one. And it's an honor to have played here 16 years and to have only played here. Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, that's it. That is the Eli press conference. Again, very sad, very emotional. A lot of great memories. Now he's taking photos with his 2 Super Bowl rings or Super Bowl championships. Final thoughts here. Again, what a career. And that was a very nice press conference. Very, with a little Eli humor. Very humble he was. He earned this. Again, he earned these rings. I'm happy for him. I think he's gonna be Hall of Famer. You can't take away. People say, well, if he hadn't won those 2 Super Bowls, look, you can't take those away. You can't deal with hypotheticals. He won those 2 Super Bowls. Now, yes, if those had happened, would he have been in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. But you know what? They happened. The 2 Super Bowls happened, and now he's he's probably going to the Hall of Fame next year, and he will absolutely deserve whatever he gets. So. Great run. We're gonna end this up. We're gonna end this in a little bit because you guys have all. Looks like most of you have left the chat. Looks like I'm the only one left in the chat. So again, we're gonna wrap things up here in just a second. But and overall, what a great career. What a great quarterback, and someone again I always enjoyed watching. Even though sometimes he annoyed me, sometimes I loved him. It was a very interesting relationship. But again, I've loved watching him throughout his entire career. The memes, the faces, all of that. He was truly something special. Now we'll get to see what he does in retirement. Will he work for the Giants? Will he work in media? I'm interested to see. But now it's Daniel Jones' team, and now Daniel Jones. I don't know if he was there at the press conference today, but now can't wait to see what he does. Hopefully, Daniel Jones will have a press conference retirement 15 years from now, and we get to celebrate his career. But until then, we'll have to see what Joe Judge can do with this guy and Freddie Kitchens and Jason Garrett. Oh gosh, I'm just fearing this. I'm just in so much trouble right now. I can't take any of this. So again, a very classy, very elegant way to go out, and now we will see what Eli will do going forward. But again, a great player and a wonderful career you have at the Giants. 2 Super Bowls and an absolute legend. So we're all gonna miss him here. All Giants fans are gonna miss him. But again, it was a fantastic run, and now. I don't know. Again, it was a very nice press conference. The stuff he said about Jeter, the Brady tweet was funny. Stuff he said about Hall of Fame. He's not looking forward to that. I think he's going to get in, but we'll see what the voters do there. But I think he'll get in. So, congrats, Eli, on a wonderful career, and we're all going to miss you. But good luck in the future. So, thank you guys again so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below. We are getting close to 2,800 subscribers, so it's very, very fun what we're doing here. So thank you guys again. We'll be back at 3 o'clock. We are not done yet. We'll be back at 3 o'clock. We have another press conference to cover. It's Luis Rojas' press conference as he is introduced as the next manager of the New York Mets. So we're going to move on to that. at 3 o'clock. So come back here. Thanks for showing. Take care, bro. Absolutely stress-free, MB. Thank you guys again so much for watching us this entire time. Congrats to Eli on a wonderful, great, legendary career. And we'll miss you. And Daniel Jones, you're next. Thanks, Eli. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. God bless. See you at 3 o'clock. Bye.